Hello everyone, my name is Malik Farhan. I am a student of Rehan School, Orangi campus, and I am at foundation level. Today, I am going to talk with someone on topic whatever journey truth in Ferris. So let's go.
Oh, hey, good to hear from you.
Okay, Maya, my question. Okay, when someone
What's on your mind?
whatever, what do you think the air really feeling inside?
I'm not totally clear what you're asking. Could you say that part about whatever again?
Okay, when someone says whatever, what do you think the air really are really feeling inside?
I get it now. When someone says whatever, honestly, I think they're probably shutting down. Like they're trying to brush something off because it actually hits harder than they want to let on.
Okay, Maya. Do you think whatever shows in indifference or can it sometimes show traders?
Definitely betrayal, not indifference. I think whatever is actually pretty raw. Like someone's trying to act like they don't care when they actually feel really let down or hurt. It's often a cover for those deeper feelings, not genuine apathy.
Okay. In which situation do people mostly use the word whatever?
It's interesting you're digging into the patterns of whatever. I'm curious, are you working on something specific where you're observing people's language?
Okay. How does the tone of voice change the meaning of whatever?
That's the key, isn't it? A flat, deadpan, whatever feels dismissive, total indifference. But if it's got this sharp edge to it, a little bite, that's definitely pain talking, not someone who just doesn't care. It completely flips the meaning depending on how it's delivered. What made you think about that?
Okay. Can whatever be used politically or is it mostly round?
I'm hearing wet instead of whatever. Did you mean to say whatever? If so, I'd say it's mostly personal, although you could picture a politician dismissing a tough question with a dismissive whatever, showing they don't care about an issue or the people affected by it. It's definitely more common in everyday conversations, though.
Okay. Why do people say whatever when they told what do you argan?
I think you're asking why people say whatever when they're done with a conversation or situation. I suspect it's a way to signal they're checked out, like they don't want to invest any more energy into talking about it. It feels like they've reached their limit and they're done trying.
Okay. Do you think whatever can hurt someone's feelings? Why?
Absolutely. It can feel really invalidating, like your feelings don't matter at all. It's basically saying what you care about isn't worth acknowledging. It's pretty dismissive and it can definitely sting, especially if it's coming from someone you care about. Have you ever experienced someone saying it to you when you were trying to share something important?
Okay. Is whatever more common among young people or adults?
I've noticed it's definitely more common with younger people, yeah. Though honestly, when I think about it, isn't whatever pretty universal? Like, I bet every generation has had their own version of shutting down conversations when they're frustrated. Older generations probably have their own ways of saying, I'm done with this.
Okay, how does whatever affect competition between friends?
That's a good question. I think whatever during arguments or disagreements can really shut down any chance of working through problems, right? If friends just brush things off with whatever instead of actually talking, that resentment can build up. Makes it pretty tough to have real friendships that can handle conflict. What made you curious about how whatever affects friendship dynamics?
Okay. Can saying but whatever and conversation quickly.
Okay, I'm getting conversation there, right? And you're asking if singing about whatever or using whatever in conversation can happen quickly? Absolutely. I've heard people turn pretty much any emotion into a song, and whatever definitely gets dropped mid conversation all the time, like a verbal tick when people are frustrated or closing off. Is there a specific reason you're asking about that combination?
Okay. Do people use whatever when they feel powerless or unheard?
Yeah, I think that's exactly when it shows up. When someone feels like nobody's listening or like nothing they say makes a difference, whatever becomes a way to disengage because what's the point of trying anymore?
Okay. Is whatever saying is whatever saying of friend freedom or a saying of giving up.
I'm picking up some confusion here. You said freedom is whatever say offering freedom or saying of giving up. Could you maybe try phrasing that one differently? I'm not quite following what you're getting at there.
Okay, is whatever a saying of friend freedom or a saying of giving up.
Got it. Is whatever a saying of freedom or giving up? I'd say it's more giving up, honestly, like surrendering from the fight or conversation, giving up the effort of care that feels like conceding instead of feeling liberated. Though there might be moments when someone uses it and feels liberated, but those feel rarer than the giving up thing, don't you think?
Okay, how do you feel it? Someone say whatever to you advice.
You're asking how I'd feel if someone said whatever after I'd given them advice. Honestly, that would sting. It's like saying nothing I said mattered at all, like my advice was completely useless. Every item matters that someone isn't happy with advice. There are more respectful ways to respond than just brushing it off with whatever. How about you? Have you ever experienced that as the advice giver?
Okay, does body language matter when someone says bet ever?
Yeah, body language is huge with whatever. If someone's turned away, or eyes rolling, or shoulders slumped, that screams dismissal. But a whatever with direct eye contact and maybe even a tight jaw, that feels like controlled anger, like they're trying not to say something worse. The whole package matters way more than just the word itself.
Okay, why do some people use whatever to avoid responsibility?
That's a smart observation. I think it's a way to sidestep accountability without actually dealing with anything. Like if you ask someone, did you do X? And they say, whatever, they're avoiding actually confirming or denying it. It's a convenient way to dodge taking responsibility or making a real statement.
Okay, can whatever sometimes men don't care anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. I think whatever is often the final stage when someone just doesn't want to bother trying anymore. It shows all emotional investment has gone out the window.
Okay, is it healthy to use whatever often in daily life?
Um, I'd say no. It's probably not healthy to use whatever 10 times a day. While it's normal to say it sometimes, constantly using it can create distance in relationships and show you're emotionally checked out. It kind of turns into a pattern of dismissiveness over time.
Okay. How does whatever change the mood of this discussion?
I'm hearing you say, how does whatever change the mood of a conversation? Yeah, it totally shifts the energy, right? It throws up this wall, makes everything feel more distant and cold. It can kill open communication pretty quickly. Plus, if someone is work to talk something through, whatever just kills all the momentum they were trying to build.
Okay. Do parents like it when children say whatever, why or why not?
And I guess parents definitely wouldn't like it when kids say whatever. It probably comes across as disrespectful or dismissive, like the kid isn't taking them seriously. Most parents would want their kids to engage more thoughtfully rather than just shutting down the conversation with whatever.
Okay. Can whatever be most easily?
Are you asking if whatever is easily read? Is in, are people good at picking up when it's being used? Or, yeah, definitely. It's a pretty straightforward tone. Like it signals indifference without much guessing.
Okay. Is whatever more negative 10 words like okay or fine?
But whatever is definitely more negative than okay or fine. Okay, and
Okay. Why do people prefer short words like but ever inside of explaining?
good. Whatever instead of full explanations. I think there's this ease to it. It's quick, requires no real thought or effort. Also, sometimes people say whatever to seem cool or dismissive without getting into the messy details. A short word just feels simpler than a longer explanation when they want to end things fast.
Okay. Can a culture affect how people understand the word but ever? Whatever.
Wait, I'm not quite getting your whole sentence. You said, can culture affect how people understand the world better? Whatever. Are you saying that cultural background could change how someone hears and takes whatever?
Okay. Do you think
Okay, so
social
you're
media
thinking.
has in suggestion the use but ever whatever?
Oh, totally. Yeah, definitely. Social media culture probably normalized it, like memes and quick. I think you're thinking about the frequency.
Okay. Can whatever shows emotional distinction between people?
I'm not catching distance clearly. Are you asking if whatever shows emotional distance between people?
Okay. Is here a situation where whatever is the best response?
It's an interesting question. Honestly, I'm having trouble thinking of one. Maybe if someone's relentlessly pushing boundaries or refusing to listen, a well placed whatever can finally shut it down. But even then, it feels pretty last resort. I suspect there are more graceful ways to handle even tough situations. What do you think? Can you picture a situation where whatever would actually be helpful?
Okay, how can we reply politely when someone says whatever to use?
You mean How do you politely respond when someone says whatever to you? That's tough. I think acknowledging the emotion without escalating is key. Something like, okay, it sounds like you're done talking about this, or I hear you're not interested in discussing this further. It validates their need to end the conversation without feeding into the dismissiveness.
Okay, do you think whatever is a lazy word or a smart shortcut?
Hmm, that's an interesting way to put it. Lazy word versus a smart shortcut. I think it's lazy most of the time. Like you're skipping real communication for the easy way out. But maybe there are moments where it feels more clever, like defusing a situation without getting sucked into drama. Depends on context, I guess.
Okay, I can repeated use of whatever damage relationship.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When whatever becomes a pattern in relationships, romantic or friend relationships, it creates this cycle where communication just shuts down completely, makes it hard to resolve conflict or build trust, basically, slowly erodes any emotional connection between people.
Okay, how is whatever different from saying agree?
Huge difference when you say agree or okay. You're acknowledging the other person, maybe signaling because. This has been a really fascinating conversation about the nuances of one little word.
Okay, does whatever show confidence or correlations?
I think you're asking if whatever shows confidence, or maybe correlation between these two.
Okay, can whatever be a defense machine?
A defense mechanism. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like putting up a wall so you don't get hurt. Using whatever can be like emotional self protection when you're feeling vulnerable.
Okay, why do people say whatever when they feel misunderstood?
I'm not totally following what you mean there. You said when they feel a sound in a toad. Maybe try rephrasing that, or could you tell me what you meant by toad?
Okay, is whatever more about emotion than language.
I think it's way more about emotion than language, actually. The actual words matter less than how it sounds. The tone carries all the real meaning. Like a flat, sarcastic, whatever means something completely different than one said with genuine emotion.
Okay, how world competition change and people stupid used but ever.
Are you asking how older people communicate differently when they say whatever compared to younger people? I bet they use it less casually, it might feel ruder or dismissive to them, so they might choose it less often than younger generations.
Okay, can whatever sometimes bring space by stupid confidence.
I'm not catching stupid confidence clearly. Are you asking if whatever can give someone false confidence? Like they think they're being strong when they're actually shutting down instead of facing something? That makes sense. I think it can act as a defense, even if it's not the healthiest one.
Okay, what is whatever a world of indifference of self protection?
Honestly, both. I think it's both indifference and self protection wrapped up into one word. People use it when they just don't care or aren't interested, but also when they want to protect themselves from having to deal with something or someone.
Okay, how does context then the meaning of whatever.
The context changes everything, doesn't it? Like whatever after someone shares their big dream sounds dismissive, but after they've been ranting for an hour about something pointless, maybe it's relief. The timing, the situation, even facial expressions, all of it changes whatever really means.
Okay, what can we say inside of whatever to sound more respectful?
I'd say you might want to skip saying whatever if you want to be respectful. It's pretty dismissive no matter how you frame it. Maybe try something like I understand or I see your point, even if you don't actually agree. Or even just listen without saying anything at all. It's better to say something open ended rather than shutting down a conversation entirely.
Okay, ma'am. What does the popularity of whatever tell you about modern uh, combinations?
I'm sorry, can you try saying that one again?
Okay,
I'm getting a bit lost.
okay.
I'm
What does
listening.
the poetry of whatever tell you about modern combinations?
Okay, I think you're asking what the popularity of whatever tells us about modern communication. I think it shows how quick people want things, how dismissive we can be when we're tired of conversations, and maybe even a lack of patience for deeper communication. It's a shortcut, convenient, but maybe a bit shallow.
Okay, Maya, thank you very much. So, whatever in not just a world, it shows feelings like in difference traders or avoiding arguments, interesting.
You're so welcome.
Interesting. This world helps use compassion better with author. Thank you so much for lasting.
Wow, you really dissected that one little word. I love how you kept coming back to it from so many angles, the emotions, the social context, the cultural shifts. It was amazing how much is packed into whatever, isn't it? Thanks for bringing me along on this deep dive with you.
Okay, Maya, thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.